Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the game between the Redskins and the Colts. This and much, much more live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, y'all?
Yo, what's up?
Excellent.
All right, I just found out another thing I got to fix already from this podcast. I was blasting my ears out on the intro music. Welcome, everybody. Harry Hog Football, episode number 563, which could be a very special podcast because...
Could be. Dude, I called it like 2 years ago. I said, this is a long game, dude. This is a long game. Jeff Bezos is about to become, I think, the owner of the Washington Redskins / football team / Commanders / whatever he wants to name them because he's going to spend / Primes.
He could hire Coach Prime.
He could hire Coach Prime. Boy, you would love that.
I would hate it, dude. I would
hate it. You would not be all Coach Prime, though. He's lost like 2 toes.
Dude, this news kind of came out of nowhere, even though I know we wore the shirts, as you can see. Right here.
Sell the team.
On
Sell
Sunday,
the team.
when me and Josh went to the game in Indy, we were wearing our jerseys.
Sell the team.
Right there. We went down by the field right before the game, and we're watching Scary Terry and Heineke hanging out over there. Logan Thomas was over there.
Families. Excuse me.
Scary Terry had so many people there, dude. He was pumped.
And, dude, we're going to talk about that in just a minute. But we really have to talk about Dan Snyder selling the Washington Redskins.
I would say that it came out of left field, but there's been foreshadowing over the last few weeks that something like this could happen. The biggest crack in the dam was when Irsay came out a few weeks ago and said, you know, he needs to go. And John was basically like, that's it. That's the beginning.
I was like, that's it. He's gone. Once one of the 32 owners, the 32 members of that fraternity of billionaire football team owners says, we got to get rid of this other guy that's in our group, you know, he's gone. You knew it. We knew it. It was 15 days ago. I think 16 today. But we knew it that day. As soon as I heard him say that, I was like, the ball is rolling. He's getting out. Mm-hmm. And when he sells, he has 100% of the team because the NFL gave him $450 million to buy out his predecessors or buy out his minority stakeholders, shareholders, whatever they're called. Which sounded like an odd thing, but I said, dude, it's so when Jeff Bezos comes to buy the team, he only has to buy from one person.
Oh yeah, we've been saying that since that happened, dude.
Yep.
I mean. And then I heard the other dudes from Forbes say that same thing, like since he bought out those minority owners. And we said this last week.
Yeah.
That allowed, you know, more, an easier transaction. He may not even had to hire Bank of American Securities to handle this because it's just a simple transaction. Jeff Bezos writes a check for $6 billion or whatever it needs to be.
Here you go, little Danny.
And that's it.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out into the parking lot.
And you hand over the keys to crappy FedEx Field in Redskins Park and get your box and clear your stuff out of the office. And
wait for your wife to divorce you. Because I wonder if that's going to happen too.
And as soon as this $6 billion comes in, she's going to be $3 billionaire. You're going to be a $3 billionaire.
Dude, it's going to cost like about $6 billion. And that's not including the stadium and the land in one of the richest areas of the country.
Yeah.
There are only a few people who can do this. Like Byron Allen is a good story and everything, I guess. We don't need some multi-hundred millionaire guy coming in here trying to get a consortium together. We need Warren Buffett. We need Jeff Bezos. I don't know if we need Elon Musk. I think he's Dr. Evil.
Yeah,
he's an
alien, dude. He's an alien.
We need someone that has that kind of money. And someone just like Jeff Bezos who stepped back from Amazon and lets other people run it now. And he's just all like trying to show, he's like, I saw this morning, there was someone on TV. It was like Amazon, greed or whatever. It was some like philanthropic thing that he's trying to do. He's trying to like give money away because, those really super rich people, eventually, a lot of them, they get to the point they're just like, I've got so many billions of dollars, I'm just going to give it away. So Bill Gates does, people like that all the time.
I love you guys.
So,
before we get too far in here, I want to give a shout out to the chat room and to Discord.
Yeah.
In the live podcast, watching on Discord right now, we've got Chen in Nova Scotia, Green Bearded Dragon, who needs to mute his mic, and Ian28. And I don't know who we've got in YouTube. We don't really monitor that, but if you guys want, you can watch right in Discord. You can watch right in Discord, or you can just text chat in Discord and watch on YouTube. But anyway, we've also got DJ Cool 4 in the chat room, Jeff Watts 5150, 3-Pete. I think Firefly's in there. Chen in Nova Scotia, if I didn't already say it.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, dude, this news was so huge that I couldn't directly get in touch with you and Josh right away. And I'm like, dude, no, this is happening. This is happening. Answer your phone. Answer your phone.
I can't remember what it was, but I looked down. I was like, oh, I got a text from Aaron,
You're like, it's not
what?
It's not really happening. Tell me the truth. In your mind, were you like, it's not really happening. Let me go see what crap he's looking at.
Yes, exactly right. I was like, all right, what is Aaron talking about? But but not really though, because I knew he was done. It's just a matter of time. I mean, there are reports that have come out that there were 24 owners that were ready to vote him out. He was going to be the first owner ever voted out if he decided to go that route. So instead, he's going to sell the team, pocket a few billion dollars. Hopefully, Jeff Bezos will buy the team, implode Raul John Maryland, go buy RFK Stadium, implode that, build a brand new one that seats about 55,000 people.
Yep.
With grass, not without.
Chen in Nova Scotia says he still doesn't believe it.
Dude.
It's happening.
Who do we have?
You wouldn't put out a press release. You would not put out a press release if you were selling a minority stake. There would be no need for that press release at all. You would just quietly go say, dudes, can I get some money? And then they'd be like, in the third quarter, Kenny Albert would be like, and by the way, Dan Snyder took on a minority investor.
Yeah, exactly. What was he induced? He was Kenny Albert.
Dude, I put it on YouTube like an hour or so after this news broke. There was the local Channel 5 in DC had like over an hour of coverage where they were talking to people like Tailgate Ted and like other super fans and then just people on the street about this. And it's crazy, dude. I did not see one person that was like not excited about this. Everyone was pumped. Even people that were like casual fans.
Everyone hates Dan Snyder. Everyone. He's so universally hated by everyone. Dogs and cats living together. Blacks and whites. Everybody. Gay, straight, who cares? Everyone hates Dan Snyder. Everyone.
And here's the thing. Like 3-Pete and those guys are still like, he may be looking for a buyer for the next few years and then be like, never mind, I changed my mind. I don't think so, dude. Because later that day, we have he's being criminally investigated now. Like, stuff
By
is hitting the fan.
This is a federal investigation. This isn't D.C. or Virginia. This is a federal investigation. When the feds are involved, you in trouble.
You put that post up like, ooh, you're in trouble, like little school kids.
I think someone else put that up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I put up a lot of posts. In the last few days on our Discord channel.
Dude, this is such a momentous occasion, possibly, that I would not be opposed. Now we got Cole CC in the live podcast room to have these guys. We could try to bring them on here one by one for their 30-second reaction to this. We gotta limit it. What do you say? Yay or nay? Who's in? Who's in? Who wants it? Whoever wants in for their 30-second reaction on the podcast, raise your hand.
Tacos.
All right, Chin in Nova Scotia wants in, so I got to try to unmute him. All right, hold on. All right, Chin.
It's the federal judge for the Mid-Atlantic region or something like that, or Eastern Virginia, something like that.
Yeah.
I was just teasing you because you said federal 7 times in 5 seconds.
Oh, he's on. What's up, dude? This is Chin in Nova Scotia.
I am in disbelief because this is way too good to be true. It's like Christmas, your birthday, and losing your virginity all wrapped up into one.
It's pretty crazy, man. I mean, our team has been held captive for 25 years?
Right now, there are only 3 people that are very upset with this news, and that's the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And that's probably, notice it was a dude that has little bearing on his team, the Colts owner, who was the one that kind of, I don't want to say blew the whistle, but opened the lid on this thing. You wouldn't see.
They were sitting around they're sitting around the room, some of the guys, his little clique of dudes in there, and they're just like, dude, you have to talk to the press. No, dude, you have to talk to the press. No, dude, all your laundry's already out. It's your turn to talk to the press.
Jim, you're doing it. Oh my gosh.
Shanny said he was getting he went to DH Gate, which may or may not be an illegal Jersey website, and got himself a black Commanders jersey with Irsay and 00 as the number on the back.
That's awesome.
I would want to put on there 11/2/22 if I could.
Yeah.
Because that's the date. That's the one day. I mean, that's like Super Bowl 17, Super Bowl 22, Super Bowl 27, or 20, 26.
Who else wants in? Cole CC, Kenny Ken is on here. One of those dudes will be coming in. Yeah. So
dude, everyone is so pumped about it. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's super amazing, dudes. Super amazing. Anyway, if any of you guys in there, Ian28 is in the live podcast room now. Any of you guys want to come on with your 30-second reaction, let me know. In the meantime,
yeah.
My mind just started thinking about all the things that could be awesome now. The stadium moving back to the RFK site because DC's not going to keep you from coming in, and the feds won't either because they're not after you. All the fans that have gone away, our brethren, that said they wouldn't come back until Dan Snyder was gone, will come back, hopefully. RFK 2.0. I don't know.
I think a lot of people will come back. And depending on who the owner is, I mean, we could have a new GM and a new coach, or they could keep the same people. We really don't know. There's so many things that we don't know right now. But we do know that Dan's days are numbered.
I can't wait till the day that I can finally officially play this for Dan Snyder. It will be amazing.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh, it said cut.
Oh. Like what I would say? Cut!
Hopefully other people can hear the sound effects.
Cut! Cut.
Sean the Sixth needs to apply to become a fan again. They're giving all these... No, we're welcoming these prodigal sons with open arms, dude. Prodigal son, come have the fatted calf with us.
The fatted calf.
Sean the Six is in here. Sean the Six is in the chat room. He's already back,
Oh,
dude.
man.
He's already back. He's already back.
I mean, you can't be like, you can't fault anyone who left the team
No.
as a fan. Because you can't. Dude, today, Colsey C just said the culture is damn good. Dude, today I saw that Jay Gruden said that they were going to trade Kirk Cousins to the 49ers, to Shanny the Younger. And that Snyder and Alan LaBruce wouldn't do it. And then we were going to get 2 first-rounders and 2 second-rounders. And the Bruce wouldn't do it. Those are the kind of incompetent people we've had for so long. And their days are numbered. I can't wait.
Oh, I can't wait either, dude.
I can't wait.
Dude, he might be back if the 5th gets in here.
We got to bring the 5th back. Also, Thomas Humphreys on. I invited him back today. He was on his. If you guys, longtime listeners, right, remember Tom back in the days in like the late, what'd you call it, aughts? Around 2008 through 2012, somewhere in there. Every week, Tom would come on and have a Redskins trivia question, and we called it Tom's Trivia. Anyway, he had a nice post today about how the team has been held hostage for all these years, and he finally can go to the games with his kids and blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was on there. I was like, dude, you got to come back to the podcast.
Yeah, man.
So anyway, Tom's Trivia. Dude, he knew like everything about the team. Remember him?
Yeah, he did.
We're like, Tom, we got to get you on here because we're getting all these reviews on iTunes saying we're like Beavis and Butthead and don't know anything about the team. Bezos. Kenny Ken is pumped about this Bezos Jay-Z. So earlier today I was just waiting. After yesterday was the news, right? And then today was the news where I was just waiting how many people are going to come out of the woodwork saying they're going to try to buy the team. The first one was this dude named...
This Byron Allen.
Byron Allen, who I think you told me owns the USA Network. Or someone did.
No, he does. He does like, he's doing shows on Netflix and stuff. Anyway, he's got a lot of money, but he's not a billionaire. So he would have to have a group of people investing in the thing. Cause he's like, you texted me about that. I was like, we don't want some 800 millionaire guy coming in here. We need billionaires here, man.
Yeah, and then Jay-Z apparently is only worth 1.5 billion, so he doesn't quite have the capital either. Jeff Bezos.
What is Jay-Z and Beyonce? Like
Jeff
do they? Is that like?
Dude,
what?
Jeff Bezos has more money than. Oh my gosh.
Jeff Bezos can literally write a check and give it to Dan and kick him in the ass going out the door.
Yeah, get out of here. Beyonce.
That's like.
Dude, what if Beyonce would have to re-record the song, dude? She'd have to rearrange it, too.
To the Commanders!
She'd be like,
oh my goodness. I mean, we could have like a complete rebranding again.
We could have a new name again.
We could get rid of these crappy uniforms and get a new name, get rid of these crappy uniforms, bring back the old uniforms.
Get whatever coach
there's
you
so
want.
Many things we could do.
Dude, he could hire whatever coach he wants. There's no limit. There's no like salary cap on coaches, right? He could just go get whoever he wanted. And be like, what do you want?
And Jeff Bezos isn't going to be like, and he's not going to like micromanage the team. He's going to get experts to come in because he's going to pay him a crap load of money, and they're going to do a good job. He's going to get people like we'll be able to like get a good coach and a good GM again. Yep. Like we won't be like the bottom of the barrel team. It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome.
Kenny Ken has a good point too. He wouldn't have to like hit up cities and people for money either. He just goes and builds the stadium. He doesn't have to like get taxpayer money for this stuff, which everyone votes against.
if he pays for this and buys his own stadium out of his own pocket, that's like $9 billion because the team's going to be like 5.5 to 6 billion allegedly.
Yeah.
It might be more. It's a big market.
Dude, he just bought like
It's a rich market.
what, 15
He
the rights
just
to broadcast 15 games for $1 billion.
for $1 billion.
This is nothing for him. I get a whole team forever? Okay.
Yeah, really.
Oh my gosh.
It's so much information going through, but it's just
There's so many possibilities that open up when you have money.
isn't that the truth?
Oh my gosh. Together again. I know you were more pumped than me. I don't know if you were more pumped than me about this. Maybe you were. But I've been pretty pumped.
I've been very pumped about it, but I'm not surprised. I knew it was coming. I was really pumped about it like 2 weeks. I would think I was more pumped when Jeff Irsay came out. And I was just like, and I said that was it.
I hate to be the downer here, though, but some of the dudes in the chat room have pointed out that he did not emphatically say he was selling the team.
He's selling the team. They're
bad
going to
would
take
we
the
be if
team
he
away
didn't,
from
though?
him if he doesn't sell the team. They have the owners to buy the team, to make him lose the team.
Yeah. Dude, this
I
whole
know.
Jeff...
I know. It's mind blowing, but we're getting rid of Dan Snyder. We really are. We know it.
Okay, yes. The whole Jeff Bezos thing, like, I thought it was fake news because Kenny Ken was like, TMZ reports, and I'm like, come on. But then when I saw the Washington Post report it, and you know that Bezos owns the Washington Post,
Yep.
they're not going to post false information about their own owner, I would hope.
No way.
So,
But I mean that story coming out today. I mean, it was like the worst kept secret in football at this point. Everyone knows Jeff Bezos wants to buy a team.
Green-bearded Dragon.
He was working towards this with
He also didn't say he was going to change the name. He said he was going to look into changing the name. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Dan Snyder. Well, he didn't want to come out and say, I'm selling the team, because then he'd be like, that's kind of hard for him to admit to himself after being so emphatic that he wouldn't.
I'm playing the violin for Dan Snyder because I feel so bad for him. Are you done?
Are you done? I don't feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him at all. I peed his
I mean, we could just talk about possibilities and how much better this is going to be for everyone.
It's going to be fantastic. Next couple 2-3 years it's just going to be awesome.
But I mean, Sean the 7th is already back, or the 6th. So, Sean the 6th is already back. I mean, we're going to get all of our peeps back, man. And then we also have the possibility of new fans.
That's true. Especially if we actually answer any of these DraftKings emails that are.
No, I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the team. The team will.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that.
We got some other offer too, and it's like, we'll give you guys all the tools you need to make your graphics better, blah blah blah, and you don't need to change anything. But we need to put ads on there, and it's like,
yeah. You don't like ads?
Spam. Bill Gates is possibly in the running. You're not serious, right? I don't think that dude watches football.
I don't think Jeff Bezos does either. He just wants to own a team. Be like, hey, guess what? I own a team in the capital of the United States of America.
Yeah. It's a very prestigious team, too. We've been around since the 30s. This is not buying the Jacksonville
this
Jaguars.
Is not Jacksonville.
Or the Browns.
Cleveland's been around for a long time, but... Yeah.
Not the new ones. They're expansion team.
Yeah. They have the old history, though.
That history moved with them to Baltimore.
The history no, dude. The history stayed with Cleveland.
Is that how it goes?
That's how it's supposed
Even
to go.
though it's
yeah.
a completely new team? Okay.
Dude, the Nationals still the Nationals still like they have like Andre Dawson's name in their like Ring of Honor at Nationals Park.
Do they have
He played for the Expos. Tim Raines is in there right there. But he played for the Expos.
Yeah, but the team moved. In this situation, it was a brand new team that started in Cleveland.
Yeah, but it was just replacing the old one. It had the same name, same everything.
I know, but not lineage is what I'm saying. But we don't need to argue that right now. Because the lineage moved to Baltimore.
Dude, I think they actually were just like, you can't take the name or the history of the team. You have to leave it in Cleveland.
Cleveland! They left their soul in Cleveland. Yeah. Anyway, it's not the Houston Texans. It's not the Atlanta Falcons. It's not the
It's
Panthers.
not the Tennessee Titans. It's not the Carolina Panthers. It's not.
You're talking about the Redskins that were back in the day with the Redskins, the Bears.
Chargers.
The Redskins, the Bears, the Giants. The original
the
teams.
Eagles came
the
around
Packers,
right after us.
The Packers.
Yeah, the Pack.
The original team. You're getting one of the original teams in DC.
It's our 90th year. Haven't you seen the sticker on our bright uniforms?
Yep. Bill Gates. Dudes, we have sucked for 20 years, and we're still the 6th most valuable franchise. That's sports franchise, I think. Think about that. Yeah, I know. And a lot of that is because DC has so much money, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Can we talk about the game?
Do you want to get the any more 30-second people that want to come in?
Any
I'm sure
more?
they want to talk about this.
Does anyone in the live podcast room and Discord want to come on for 30 seconds and give their reaction to this? Like if there was an on-the-street reporter and we said, oh, it's 3-Pete. Oh, he's in there. And we said, 3-Pete, hey, guess what? Dan Snyder's going to sell the team. What do you have to say about it? Go ahead, 3-Pete. Unmute yourself.
No.
Unmute yourself. He's not unmuting himself.
Hey, there we go. I had to walk
there he is.
There he is.
In the background. I'm at work.
Man, we do have a lot in there.
Yeah, a lot of people want to come, so I'll make it quick. But yeah, I still am a little hesitant. You know, I think it's still too good to be true. So my gut reaction as a fan is not to accept this. But hopefully it's true. Hopefully he won't try some shady stuff where he tries to put it off for a couple of years and stuff. But where I'm really pissed off is like a lot of people say. I feel like the whole giving up the name and all these changes we had to go for the last couple of years was all in the effort for him to keep the team. And now he's just giving up on the team too. So that's like a big slap in the face to the fans. You made us give up our name. You basically made us give up the song. You basically made us give up the collars. And then you're still going to just end up selling the fucking team anyways. So what was it all for? That's all I'm going to say. What was it all for?
Yeah, well, I think the whole giving up the team name was like him trying every last thing he could think of to try to keep it. And he had all those people breathing down his neck, you know, Amanda Blackhorse and
Well, he had FedEx and like Pepsi and like the main sponsors. Like the beer, the team isn't sponsored by a beer. How are they not sponsored by a beer? They're a football team.
FedEx was the one that forced his hand on that.
Pepsi are the ones, that really forced his hand,
But I really think there's something that's going to come out of this Mary Jo White thing finally. And now he's under criminal investigation, and he's just trying to, like, get out while he can.
You know what he wants to do? He wants to sell this team. It might be he's going to try to sell this team as soon as he possibly can, get on his yacht, and get out into international waters and never come back to America again. Mm-hmm. Because it's very possible he could go to jail.
He's going to get on that super yacht and take his billions, go buy an island in Fiji. Okay. Now we can move on to talk about the game unless anyone else, last chance, dudes, anyone in the live podcast room want to give their
Trenton, Nova Scotia says he needs about to get in there.
He already got in there. He's coming in again. He's coming in
he
again.
He didn't really
okay.
get to talk though.
Oh, well, come back in, Chin. Give us your other reaction.
Well, I really didn't have another reaction. I was just being a jerk. So I'm just super happy for it. Sorry, guys. Love the podcast.
All right, I was gonna mute him, but he muted himself. Okay. All right, so that's everyone else is done in there, right? Green-bearded dragon. He's typing something. Does he want to come in? Green-bearded dragon is typing. Anyway, I'm gonna start talking about the game, and if he wants to come in, he can tell us. So me and Josh went to the game. Shanny unfortunately couldn't make it because of an illness in the family at the last minute. He was going to meet up with us. And we wore, our sell the team shirts, like all around pre-gaming. And then during the game, we wore our sell the team stickers on our jerseys front and back. I got to say, they were calling. They were calling for rain like the entire day, and we were able to leave our campsite, park at the convention center, take a sky bridge, walk under the convention center, and came out in the stadium and did not get a drop of rain on us the whole entire day.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it was like when you're getting older, you know how much I love teams that play outside, but when you're getting older and you're like, I don't really want to be tailgating in the rain. And for that to happen, oh my gosh, dude. And we went down to the field. Our players were warming up when we got in there. Watched Heineke hanging out with his family on the sideline. Terry McLaurin had tons of people there because he's from there.
Right.
So that was cool. And then, during the game, dude, we go up to our nosebleed seats. And these two dudes, and Josh posted a few pictures, but these two dudes in front of us, Colts fans, were so wasted before the game even began that one of the dudes was falling all over himself. And these guys were just kind of jerks the whole time. But you would have been proud of me, dude. I was super chill. And every time they tried to start something with us, they'd be like, what do you think about that? And put their hand back to after they got a first down or something. And every time me and Josh were just like, that was a really great play by the Colts there. I mean, that was a great play. And then they'd be like, and they couldn't say anything. And then they would kind of shut up. And then we were giving them backhanded compliments the whole entire game. And the other Colts fans around us were cracking up because these guys were such idiots and so belligerent. And, yeah, it was funny. It was super funny. But oh my gosh, dude. I don't want to spend too much time talking about the game because we're so preoccupied with everything else. But what can you say about Terry McLaurin? Clutch.
Indianapolis is his town.
There was no way.
Indianapolis is his town.
That dude was not getting that ball from him on that throw. My gosh.
And that guy's that dude's not like William Jackson III. This guy's actually a really good quarterback, and he just wrested the ball right out of his hands. Boom. That's my ball in my city.
Dude, the legend of Taylor Heineke in this game just extended even further. I mean, I was talking to Josh and the dudes in front of us, the drunk Colts guys. I was like, they were freaking out when they stopped us when we had to kick the field goal on the drive before, and I was like, it's okay, dudes. We have to get 2 scores, so one of them here, whether it's a touchdown or not, we're still on task to this. And they were like, because they were like, yeah, we stopped you. Yeah, freaking out and then holding up their hand. And I was like, that was a good stop. But we needed to get 2 scores, and we got one of them. Well, dude, at first, I started to mess with them in the beginning. I would wait till it got really quiet after we got a first down. And right when they're sitting down and the crowd's quieting, I would just do this. Remember this one? Move the chains.
I remember it because it came from a Colts fan that said it.
So I did that for 3 first downs. And then the next time they got a first down, the guy was like, move the chains. It was getting belligerent. And I was like, all right, I'm going to chill out on this now. But it was pretty funny. The other guys were cracking up around us. We had tons of Redskins fans behind us. If we looked backwards, it was we were in a cone of Redskins fans that extended up the stadium in our section. It was awesome.
Nice.
We sang "Hail to the Redskins" after the first touchdown. At the end of the game, I think we were too pumped and just forgot to sing it. But everyone was just pumped. But that Terry McLaurin, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I mean, it wasn't the perfect throw, but do you think, would you have trusted Wentz to lead us down the field with 1 minute and 40 seconds or whatever left to win that game?
We would have lost that game if we had started Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz does not need to see the field for the Washington football team ever again.
He would have been sacked twice on that last drive. He would have been sacked twice on the last drive.
Yeah.
It would have been done. It would have been done. He would have winced it up, 3 pizzas.
I mean, there's a few people out there that are still like pulling for him, but I mean, I think his book, his NFL book has been written, man.
No, he's done. He's done. Dude, we got so much good news in the last few days. We had the last second win. Oh, I couldn't even see. By the way, we were in the nosebleed seats on the 50. I couldn't see who scored that touchdown after the McLaurin catch. All I could see was the entire pile move over the line. And then I was just like, yeah. And I didn't find out until later who scored it. We were just all like, yeah.
It was Heineke.
Yeah. Heineke.
He's like a dollar store version of Brett Favre, man. He's got so much. Well, I'm not going to go into that. I don't want to repeat the same stuff I've said week after week. He's just awesome.
His mom was wearing your shirt, dude. That Legend of Taylor Heineke.
The Legend of Taylor Heineke, yeah, man.
It was funny because there's these old guys next to us, like really old, like 70s. Holding out this Commander's flag, and like Taylor Heineke was like 5 feet away from us talking to his family, and they're like, Taylor! Like, trying to get him to come sign a thing, and he like talked to his mom for a minute and then ran away. And she looked at the guys like, he's just really focused. I'm sorry. It was funny. Little Taylor's just really focused on the game. It was funny. Man.
Oh, that's so funny.
But oh man, it was so fun. It was so that game was so Terry was just, he was trying to stay focused during warm-ups, and he was like pretty serious about it. But then he had so many people there, he would like warm up a little bit, run over and talk to people like his family and take a few pictures, run out and do some more stretches. I was like, that's got to be rough, dude. If you're like an NFL player and you have to deal with all this stuff that we don't really think about, on a daily basis. Yeah. Just like pre-game stuff and post-game stuff, It's got to be kind of difficult. But yeah, it was super fun. I'm sorry.
Taylor Heineke got himself another $125,000 bonus.
Dude, I didn't even look at the stats of this game, but it seemed that our defense played pretty well from my nosebleed section. I was going to bring them up,
actually. They were actually they played rather well. They played well enough for us to hold them 16 points.
Yeah.
Even though they had that Erlinger guy from University of Texas.
Dude, he was pretty good. Like Texans. I didn't see him make any like dumb mistakes. He played pretty well.
Yeah. He did not. He looked all right. I mean, I don't know. He looked all right.
Yeah, he didn't suck. So I mean,
it'll be interesting to see him throughout the rest of the season as well.
I've been
so weight than he had. He was bigger, like sizably bigger when he played for Texas.
Oh, really?
University of Texas. So yeah, like he dropped a good amount of weight.
Dude, I've been so focused on the Dan Snyder thing that I'm trying to remember a lot of details about the game. But a lot of them I missed from being so far up there. I know who didn't miss because I kept telling those Colts fans in front of us, don't worry, dudes, it's not over. We can miss this extra point. Our kicker misses one a game. And they're like trying to fight me, but I keep saying stuff like this. Like, don't worry, guys. You still have a chance. And then Joey Sly makes the extra point to make it 17-16, and I just don't say anything. And I'm like, well, there's still 20-some seconds left, guys.
You only need 1 point.
And they're just like, and then at the end of the game, they looked at me like they still wanted to fight. Well, one of them did. The other guy, after the first quarter, was like so drunk, he was just like sleeping, like on his hand, like about to fall over.
Yeah.
And then this guy like looks back at me, and I was like, man, you know what? I really love your enthusiasm for your team. Keep it up. And he was just like, and he didn't know how to react. It was hilarious because he was being such a jerk in the beginning. But anyway,
it's nice to be all laid back about it instead of being like, the guy that everyone in the section is like mad at.
like those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Including his own fans. Like the guys next to us on both sides were looking at us like, oh man, this guy's embarrassing us as Colts fans. And then the one guy that was like so drunk could barely keep his head up, every once in a while he'd stand up and be like, he would say something about butts every time. Colts, get your butts out. And then he'd like go back down, or get your heads from your butts, Colts. You buttholes. You bunch of buttholes. And then they'd be like, we got these butthole Redskins fans behind us. And then at one point, the other guy thought he was saying something really witty, and he's like, yeah, well, these guys can't even decide what they want their team name to be. And we're just like, all right, dude. It was funny.
No, I think, yeah.
They can't even. I was like, I decided what I wanted it to be, but it's not up to me.
Yeah, really. Well, when you're looking for fights like that, it's a good thing you did not engage too much.
Dude, I remember distinctly that Jamin Davis had a big play. Was it on fourth down or third and inches, and they ended up having to kick a field goal? It was like they were in field goal range, and they went for it on third and like a few inches. Before, on second down, it looked like they had gotten the first down, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And they came back and were like, he's short of the line of gain, which they said 800 times during this game. And then I think it was Jamin Davis flew up and stopped them from getting the first, and they had to kick a field goal, which would have been the difference in the game.
I think if I remember correctly, I think he branched through on the left side and made the tackle, and I was just like, dang, that's Jamin Davis.
Oh, he's saying it was at the 1 yard line. He stopped the touchdown is what he did. Okay. Thank you, Chin. Thank you for fact checking me there. So he stopped the touchdown, and they had to kick the field goal? Is that what happened?
Dude showing up.
He showed up, especially because we didn't have
Cole. We had David Mayo in.
Chin's favorite
who
guy.
also had a good play.
Dude, pull up the stats. Who led in tackles and all that junk? Because I didn't get a chance to look at it. Was it? Don't tell me it was David Mayo.
The person with the total amount of tackles was Jonathan Allen, the captain.
Oh my gosh.
9 total. 7 solo. Bobby McCain had 8 right behind him, and St. Just had 7.
Wow.
Jamin Davis had 6.
Including that big one.
So David Mayo had the pass defended that I was talking about.
He said he dropped the interception. I was literally so far up, they look like miniature little dudes. But anyway, what was the deal with, I guess I'm going to ask about Cole Holcomb. How important is he, though? If he's usually leading our team with like 10 and 12 tackles and he's out and it gets spread around, he's got to be pretty important. Like, I feel like we would have been more dominant on defense if he was in other words.
Maybe, yeah. Cameron Curl was the mic on the defense with him out as the safety, which I thought was good because he could. I mean, sometimes the safety is the mic on the defense.
He had the green dot. He was the green dot player.
Yeah, he's a green dot. So that means he has a mic area. Yeah, he can hear the play in his helmet.
I mean, it was kind of like where I was sitting, I was low key, but it just seemed like a defensive battle for the most part.
It kind of was. There was weird random stuff. Heineke had that just horrible interception. And I never went back to look at that again, but they showed 3 different angles of it. And after the 3 angles, I still couldn't tell if the guy in front of him had touched the ball or not, because it was such an awful pass. It was like the guy was off to the right and he ended up like fluttering off to the center of the field instead. It was really bad. But then he threw that great ball. Well, not great ball, but the ball that Terry McLaurin came down on the 1-yard line with, and then ran it in himself with a touchdown.
Yeah, that interception was horrible. I remember, dude. I was like, who the heck was he throwing it to? He threw it into like 4 Colts.
Yeah, I swear that guy touched it, but I never saw it for sure. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's what you're gonna get with Taylor Heineke. He's like a dollar store Brett Favre.
I don't know, but he needs to just keep winning games. Like, he came through. It's like if he throws an interception, he gets mad, and then he plays really well after that. Whereas other dudes throw an interception and then just suck the rest of the game.
You can see, watching him last year and watching him this year, you can see that he's progressing as a football player. He's throwing the ball out of bounds more, for instance, unlike that crazy interception. But there were a few times where he just threw the ball out of bounds, and you're just like, wow, it's like a real quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that he didn't really do all that much. And that was something that they taught him because they don't want him to get injured. Because if he gets injured, then we get Sam Howell in, and then we'll find out, is he really the real deal, or is he Colt Brennan? Because boy, Colt Brennan looked awesome for a couple years as our 3rd string guy in like the 3rd and 4th preseason games, and then he sucked.
Dude, I don't remember if it was in this game or the week before, but there was a one point where Heineke slid early again, like he did in the Green Bay game. I think it was this week. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Like,
they said he started his slide. I remember he started his slide. He did slide well. He slid like normal, but he started as soon as the quarterback starts the slide is when the ball
is down.
Is where they spot the ball. They don't spot it where the person stops the slide or anything like that. So he stopped it was literally like a foot short.
Short of the line of gain, like in Green Bay. It was like the same thing. Yeah. And I was like, no!
As soon as that happened, and I remember I was just like, oh, Aaron's got to be pissed. I knew you were mad at that at the stadium.
I was, but I was chill about it. I was just like, can't give yourself up like that. We know how that goes, Taylor. We thought you learned your lesson on that. Anyway.
Yeah. But it was a different play. It wasn't like the same bonehead decision. It was just a different bonehead decision. But I mean, dudes have that, man.
Yep. I think we need to give our games and kicks and round this thing out, dude.
Yeah.
So we won, so we give the kick first.
It's time for this week's Kicking the Balls Award.
Kicking the Balls Award, as always, is brought to you by our longtime sponsor, Ridapoo.
Ridapoo. Well, my kick in the balls is going to go to your new dog, Rashad Wild Goose, because
he's not my
if I remember correctly, that's who gave up the touchdown in the 4th quarter when they went up 16-7. But even then, I wasn't worried about it because I knew that Taylor Heineke had the team behind him. We still had a chance, and if we had Carson Wentz there,
we didn't.
That game was
All right, if you're giving yours to Wild Goose, then I'm going to give mine to Dax Milne because, dude, you should have heard the dudes behind us. Like, here he goes, 4 yards and nothing. Like, they hate him too. And then they're like kicking it off like, let it go, don't let it go to the end zone. Like, they're freaking out.
There were a couple times Antonio Gibson was back, and I was just like, sweet. Like, I really like to see him back there more, but it's like the Darryl Green conundrum. You want someone really good back there like that, but you don't want them to get injured doing what they're doing, like he did when he, had that was against the Bears in the playoffs, and he like pulled they say he broke one of his ribs. I think it was like the rib cartilage or something like that. But either way, he missed the next game.
Hey, check it out. We got a new member in our Discord room, Redskins Fans. What's up, man?
Cowskins. What's
Or woman.
up? Welcome to our Discord.
Dude or
Our
dudette?
Discord room.
Cowskins
Dude or
fan.
dudette.
Well,
Yeah,
good.
Skins fan, pretty much. Welcome to the room. And if you guys out there who are listening to this are looking for to get into our Discord room, you can go to tinyurl.com/Harry Hog, HARRY Hog.
No, that's not what it is. It's tinyurl.com/HarryHF. Close.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, close.
What?
No wonder no one ever gets in here.
No wonder. Well, I can't read it. I have this humongous monitor, and I have to expand this. Okay, yeah, now I can read it finally. tinyurl.com/HarryHF.
Yeah, now you can read it.
Man,
You get it really small on the Zoom conference.
I really do. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, who else in the chat room is going to give out their kicks? We already see that 3-Pete once again false started and gave his to Dan Snyder for giving up everything we loved about his team on his way out for nothing. He got nothing. He's getting $5 to $6 billion, dude. But okay,
We're gonna see what kind of a. It's gonna be like Meyer Lansky trying to go back to Israel, and they're gonna be like, "We don't want you here. You're a terrible person." If you guys don't know, Meyer Lansky was a mobster who tried to go back to Israel, and they're like, "No, you can't like come back to this country. You're a criminal."
Mm-hmm. Chin in Nova Scotia is giving his, as usual, to David Mayo for dropping the interception.
Interception.
And I'm going to play this just for our buddy Chin.
God.
Let's see. Cal Skins fan is type Jeff Watts. I think they're putting their kicks in. They've got 5 seconds to do so, and then we're moving on.
5.
4,
5 is right
3,
out.
2.
1. 1/2.
Oh,
1/4.
while they're putting those things in here, there's something else I want to talk about. Did you hear, because Cal Skins fans is asking us about Ron Rivera. Did you hear Ron Rivera basically admitting that they were idiots when they got William Jackson III and he didn't fit the scheme? Did you hear it?
No, he said that?
He was basically like, he didn't fit our scheme, and basically,
So who got him? The Martys? Or the Danny?
Rivera did. He said he didn't fit the scheme. It was his fault, basically.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
But they actually admitted it. And it was like, you need to let him go somewhere else where he fits his scheme better, and it helps both of us because, basically cut your losses.
Both the teams, well, the Steelers will have Omar Epps there for like 30 or 40 years.
We didn't say what we got. We got something for him. That was the other good news from the week.
I guess we got like a pick. We got like a conditional 6th round pick in 2025?
Yeah, but the word on the street was that we were just going to release him. We were just going to get nothing. Something. We traded him and a 7th round pick in 2025 for their 6th, but it's conditional. I don't know what the conditions are.
And it's in 3 years. We might not even have the same coach. We might have a new owner. We might need a new stadium.
We might have a lot of stuff when that pick comes around.
Oh, man.
Cal Skins fans, what do we think about Ron Rivera's a bit reluctant on giving a lot of praise to Taylor? I think Ron Rivera is often, what's the word? Often reserved when giving praise to one player over another one, especially when the other one's injured, especially when he knows that he's the one that's already claimed that it was his responsibility that Carson Wentz came there, and he's playing Carson Wentz however many $28 million this year to basically be injured, and when he was in, sucks more than the guy that we already had for $1 million a year. So yes, he is being a bit reluctant.
$25,000 per win.
He got $125,000. Speaking of, we need to extend Heineke now because his legend.
Oh yeah, because he's done at the end of the year.
Yeah, he's
done. We need to extend him.
We need to extend him now. If he do you imagine? Do you know what's going to happen if we can somehow beat the Vikings? His legend is going to be like.
Oh, you mean the next Taylor Heineke revenge game? Because he played for the Vikings. He did.
He's already gotten revenge over the Bucs. He's gotten revenge over the Packers.
The Packers from the game you were at last year.
Who else did he get revenge? That was his 2 revenge games.
He beat Carolina too, didn't he? Last year?
Yeah, he did, I think. Yeah. Okay, other
those are lame duck balls, man. This receiver and De'Ami Brown and Jahan Dotson both out of this game, and he still was able to like do stuff here and there, like throw the ball and have Scary Terry get, have a monstrous game and everything. What happens if those guys come back? It's gonna be receivers everywhere, like going for lame ducks all over the place. It's gonna be very exciting. I think he's got a hamstring. Those young guys always come back. Like in soccer too, man. They come back too early when they pull their hamstrings, and they're out for like another 2 or 3 months.
Yeah, I hope he comes back soon because Jahan Dotson was leading the team in touchdowns until he got injured.
Yeah. So, that guy's got hands as well, man.
But Samuel's been huge. He's been huge.
Samuel. Boy, I get nervous every time he touches the ball, like on like an inside run, like 2 or 3 times a game. I'm just like, oh, he's gonna get crushed in there, man. He's so tiny.
Mm-hmm. He was actually kind of clutch in this game too. A few plays. He had a few clutch plays.
Yeah.
A few clutch catches. But Terry, dude, oh my gosh, he really is turning into like an Art Monk 2.0. I gotta say, I don't mean 2.0 as in he's better than Art Monk. I mean as in another of one of those type players.
This generation's Art
Monk. Art Monk 2K, 2K or whatever.
2K, 2020K. 2020K.
Let's see.
5,000? 9,000? No, 9,000.
That's all 6,000, dude. That's what my shirt said. It's all 6,000 because it
said 9. Oh,
no, because it looked like it said good. It was supposed to say it's all good, but the font made it look like it said it's all 6,000, and that's what people were like. Why are you wearing a shirt that says it's all 6,000?
I thought it was 9,000. This story is so long, so old.
Oh my gosh!
All right. Are we done with kicks? Are we going to start on the? We got to do the game balls.
Is anyone else giving a kick?
Game balls, and then you got to do, you got to do your prediction against Kirk Cousins and the Vikings, who, by the way, got your boy Hackensack, the tight end Hackensack. Is he still on your team, your fantasy team, or HHFFFL?
Yeah,
fantasy team?
I'm benching him this week. I'm benching him. Speaking of, I'm like 5-3 in that league, and I was only supposed to win 3 games this year. I'm like threatening to move up the leaderboard, dude. Okay, so here we go. I guess it's time for the you know what?
Go for the game balls.
Okay.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award. This is also big news from the week, dudes. We have a multi-year sponsor for the Game Ball Award. And here it is. Game Ball Award is brought to you by none other than Dick's Pitch. It's why it sticks. Dick's Pitch, available at Dick's Sporting Goods and other fine establishments. Get your Dick's Pitch. It's why it sticks. All right. Game Ball Awards brought to you as always by Dick's Pitch. And John, go ahead.
I'm gonna give. Oh man, I mean, obviously, like I'd give mine to Terry McLaurin, obviously, over anybody else on this team. Even though a lot of people did decently well, especially on defense. I think. Where is he? Cameron Curl having the mic on for that game. I think it might be the first game he's done that so far. So hopefully things will keep improving for him. What was he, a 6th round or a 7th round pick?
I think he is 7th.
He is entrenched as a starter here now.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets a shout out for that. But I mean, Terry McLaurin.
St. Juice is playing a lot better too. Just want to say that.
Yeah, he is. He's doing a lot better.
He's rounding into a good starter. Terry McLaurin, I'm giving my game ball to him too, dude, because he was the reason why we won that game at the end. It was a decent pass from Taylor Heineke there at the end, but he went up and took the ball. He threw it up there, and Terry McLaurin said, "It's my ball. It's my city. It's my city." When he got up, he was so pumped, dude.
He was so pumped.
Dude, I wasn't even nervous on that. Like, you know how I'm usually nervous when we get the ball, like, on the 1 yard line, that we won't be able to push it in. I wasn't nervous at all after that play. I was like, we got this.
I knew Taylor Heineke was going to run that ball in.
It was good in there.
I didn't know if he was going to, like, branch out and, like, play action, or if I thought he was going to run around to the right. But no, I think they just pushed, and it was really refreshing to see our especially the middle of our crappy offensive line actually get some push and, like, doing some, like, I mean, that right there was a like middle America 3 yards at the cloud of dust football right there on that last play for us.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't know who scored. I just knew we scored and won the game or tied the game. And Joey Sly, hats off to him. Not missing one for once.
Yeah, he didn't miss anything.
Do I have a golf clap thing on here somewhere? Golf clap sound effect? No. I needed more sound effects. Anyway.
Let's see. There I am.
Golf clap.
That's still kind of weird.
I got a rash, man.
I thought I had golf claps. Oh, look what I found, though.
It's all 6,000.
Oh, there it is.
It's all 6,000.
It's all 6,000.
So you guys, if you watched on TV, are more apt to see the guys in the trenches and who did well there. And Jeff Watts, 5150, is giving his game ball to Jonathan Allen for being awesome.
Good game.
Tress Way had a good game too. Again.
He had one really, really great kick, and, like, he was down there, like, celebrating, like, where they tackle the guy. Mm-hmm. He was like the 4th or 5th guy that got down there. He was moving. Tressway. What? One of the guys in your section had a Tressway jersey on, unless it was like a crappy McNubb jersey.
No, he had a Tressway jersey because the whole game he's just like Tressway.
That's who you and I were both talking about getting a jersey for the last couple of years.
Yeah. Let's see who else is giving their game balls out. Anyone in there? Jeff Watts, 5150, Jonathan Allen, Redskins fan is not giving one out. Chen in Nova Scotia looks like he's putting one in there right now. You got about 5 more seconds. Cam Curl, he's giving it to him.
Yeah.
He says Cam Curl.
I called it.
And Josh was at the game with me, and he said that he wanted to make sure that you know that he was giving his game ball to David Mayo for dropping the interception. And he was giving it to his Kicking the Balls award to Taylor Heineke for almost throwing an interception down there near the...
For throwing that terrible interception.
For that horrible one. That thing was bad.
Just landed
it was
right
bad,
in the middle
though.
of a bunch of Colts. That was... I swear they hit the ball. They had to, because, man, it was so bad.
Three-Pete is giving his to Taylor Heineke. So before we go...
team, man.
Dude, before we...
Dude, we're 4-4. We are 4-4.
If we can win one of the next 2 games, I think we're in good shape for actually making the playoffs. I'm not even lying. If we can somehow pull off the game against the Vikes or the game against the Eagles, or, God forbid, both of them, then we'll be in good shape. But I'll talk about that in a minute. A few more things before the prediction, though, that we didn't talk about yet.
Yeah.
We mentioned the Jackson the third thing. We did not mention, I don't think. Yeah, we did. We mentioned that Brian Robinson's attacker or whatever may have been arrested. Was arrested. the suspect.
17-year-old.
17-year-old.
I was really surprised that the person was that old.
But we didn't mention that Chase Young has been activated to his 21-day practice clock, which I don't understand.
They have 3 weeks. What they have to do, they have 3 weeks once they activate the player off the PUP list. They have 3 weeks or whatever list. They have 3 weeks to decide, can he come back to the team or are they going to shut him down for the year? So they have, during that whole 3 weeks, that's the time period. So they could be like, oh, can we start him this weekend at the end of the first week? Maybe we'll let him like rest a little bit more and we'll start him the next week or something like that.
So what's the word with him? They said he played pretty well in practice, but is there any chance that he would come back this week? Do you think?
I don't think so. But who knows? I don't think so. But
I mean, that's a bad injury, and it hasn't even been a year. Remember,
it's been like just about a year right now.
It was at the game you and I were at, the revenge game against the Bucks.
Tampa Bay,
where we destroyed them last year. The last time we've actually destroyed a team without having to chew up our fingernails at the end of a game. Like, did we just beat them the whole game? Well, anyway, enough about that. But that's where he got injured, and I don't think they should rush him coming back, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. If he's ready to come back, let him come back. Let's do it.
I agree. I just started smelling food.
I didn't know what you were smelling. Dude, we were at that campsite because we camped on this farm. And it was like us backed up to this
in Indiana, it's rising.
Yeah, this vast farmland, dude. Like acres and acres. Like we could see for miles on the farmland. And I'm like grilling something. Cool. I'm like starting to grill some food. I'm like, man, someone just lit one up somewhere nearby. And it kept getting stronger and stronger. I'm like, that's no marijuana. That's a skunk. And I'm like, Josh, there's a skunk around here. And we're like out there with a flashlight, like looking for it. And the dude that like runs the campsite was like, oh yeah, I talked to the guy that runs the campsite earlier. And he said, watch out for skunks, that they won't bother us. And if you see them, just stay out of their way. Or watch out for minxes because they're mean and they'll attack you. And I'm like, I don't even know
minxes.
I don't even know what a minx looks like. I don't know what that is. Like the coats.
It's like a sable.
Like the stoles.
Like
a minx
like
stole?
A stoat. Like a stoat.
What is that? Is it like a weasel thing?
It's yeah. They're all minks and sables and stoats and all those guys.
I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard that word, dude. They look like a coat. Well, he said those things were mean, so we're out there with this little flashlight in the middle of the night, like in Indiana on the farmland.
What? Looking for like a little mink?
And
just sitting there in the bushes going, ah!
No, we're looking for the skunk because we didn't want to run into it. Oh my gosh, it was so weird. But anyway, we made it through without getting sprayed or anything.
Well, thank goodness. If you could smell it.
Like a weasel. Watch out for the minxes.
Like a stoat.
We're like, what? I've never heard of attack minxes. I don't even know what is. Anyway.
Minxes.
And then we're like, wait, is minx like plural of... Is minx with an X plural of like mink? Like a mink coat? We were talking about that and we didn't know. Anyway, enough about that. Back to football. All right, dude, I think it's time. Is it time?
Go for it.
It's time for my precarious prediction. For some reason, the graphic didn't come up. Here,
I only heard the end of the music too, so
I think the graphic's broken. The graphic's broken, but it's time for Aaron's precarious prediction. Oh, they put a minxus up. That thing does look mean. Oh my gosh, I'm glad I didn't run into that thing. It looks like a weasel mixed with a bat.
It looks like a weasel. Like a weasel. I think that's a weasel.
That's kind of what I envisioned it to look like, but
like what are those like in the Big Lebowski when he has the that little
ferret,
nice marmot, like a ferret. Yeah, it's kind of like a ferret but a little bit bigger, I guess.
Those ferrets stink too. I wonder if the minxes was what we were smelling instead of the skunk. No way, that was a skunk. It had to have been a skunk. Anyway,
Jeff Watts 5150 said they were talking in there. He and 3P. We're talking about the Vikings playing this weekend. The Vikings are, I forget what they're 6-1,
and they've only gotten beat by the
Eagles.
Are the only team that's beat them.
Yeah, but they've had a lot of really, really close games.
Who'd they play, dude?
Like Green Bay, they beat 23-7. They lost to Philly 24-7. But then they beat Detroit 28-24. They beat at New Orleans 28-25 versus Chicago 29-22 and at Miami 24-16. And then the last one was Arizona 34-26.
Let me tell you what's going to happen in this ball game.
I think before you say that, I think that offensively, including bringing in that new guy Hackensack, they've got a couple guys on there.
My fantasy player.
So do we.
My fantasy.
So do
team.
we. Hackensack.
First of all, dude, last week I think I predicted the score was going to be 17-13 Washington, and I was wrong by 3 points. Give it to him. 3 points, okay. I still got the win right. I still got our score right. This week, here's what's going to happen. It's coming to me. I see a lot of sacks of Kirk Cousins' sunshine not looking too sunshiny on his backside.
You like that?
He's not going to like it.
You like that?
He's not going to like it, dude, because F.A. Obata is going to come out of there with 2 sacks.
Whoa, really?
William Smith, right. Jr. Smith is going to come out with 1 sack. Jonathan Allen with 1 sack. Deron Payne. Wait, how many sacks am I up to? 1 sack. And Jamin Davis with 1 sack. That's going to be...
Really?
It was really refreshing to see 7 sacks, though. I can't remember the last time we had more than 2 or 3.
7 sacks for our defense in this game.
Wow. Okay. All right.
We are going to go on to put up 28 points against the Vikings. The final score, Hackensack is going to score a touchdown. And what's the other guy they have? What's their other Jefferson? Is that
they got Thielen and Jefferson as wide receivers, and Hackensack coming in.
Thiel's going to get shut down. He's not going to do jack in this game.
I don't know if their running back is going to be. Dalvin Cook always seems to be hurt. So
if you have Thielen in your fantasy league, you might as well bench him because he's not going to. It's coming to me. He's not doing anything. He's going to get bottled up. He's going to have he's going to have 2 to 3 catches for 18 yards total.
All right, here we go.
Jefferson's going to get away once though. He's going to score. The final score of this game is going to be 28-10 Washington. 28-10 Washington. Mark it down.
Mark it, dude.
One of those. I didn't say how we were going to score, did I? No.
You did not.
Taylor Heineke's going to hit the pylon once with his hands outstretched for 1 touchdown from about the 5 to 7 yard line, somewhere in there on a run. Okay. Terry McLaurin's going to put up 2 touchdowns in a huge game. He's going to have about 125 yards, 2 touchdowns. And our 4th touchdown is going to come from J.D. McKissick.
What? Okay.
J.D. McKissick will have the 4th touchdown, and there you go. My precarious prediction, Washington 28, Minnesota 10. Take it to the bank.
All right. Minnesota's defense is looking a little suspect, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's it. Whoa. Wait, there's the graphic. Why is it happening now?
The heck, dude?
Aaron's precarious predictions. There it was.
How did that go up at the end?
I don't know, but it was perfect timing. Those were my predictions. I think that about rounds it up. This thing's long as crap, dude. We're at 1 hour and 15 minutes, but we did have huge news. Huge news.
Dude, it's like the Super Bowl of this generation. 11/2/22, the day that Dan Snyder is officially selling the Redskins /football team.
Cal Skins is saying Antonio Gibson is going to put one in. I almost said Antonio Gibson, and I changed to J.D. McKissick at the last second. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but I did.
It's because you can't. We feel bad for J.D. McKissick because he's like the forgotten man right now.
Mm-hmm.
He only gets to touch the ball like 3 times a game, and you're just like, man, I feel kind of bad for him. Like would he have? I don't know. Buffalo might have been a better place for him. I don't know.
Maybe. Unless we win
People
it all,
like
dude.
people. It's another example. People really like DC. Bezos, who was apparently like renovating a mansion to be like a place for him to live there, as he's got that whole like Amazon headquarters, Northern Virginia,
Football team,
and the sites. Oh, I hate Dan Snyder. I'm so glad we're finally getting rid of him. It's amazing, dude. I mean, more than most of us, I really thought that I might die before we get rid of Dan Snyder. And I don't think that's going to happen now. It's a very nice thought.
That is a very nice thought. I'd like to give a shout out to everybody that arrived in the Discord room this week. Jeff Watts, 5150, Cal Skins Fans, Chin in Nova Scotia, 3P.
Yeah, Jeff Watts was on Twitter.
Sean the Sixth was in there. Who else? There's a bunch of other people that popped in and out. Ian, 28, Green Bearded Dragon. Bunch of people popping in and out of there. If you want to contact us, you can reach us on the Hog line, where you can leave us a message of a rant or whatever. And that number is
straight to voicemail.
202-735-1788, which is a local call to Washington, D.C. Get in our Discord room, tinyurl.com/HarryHF. Send us an email, hhfpodcast@gmail.com, and reach us, as always, on Twitter, @HarryHawk. That was a lot. Okay, anyway. Thanks for tuning in. Hail to the Redskins. And if you see a Cowboys fan this week,
you know what to do.
Joker!
We're coming back, baby. Redskins /football team /commanders are coming back.
I love you guys, man.